guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna do a little organizing. I just felt like getting some stuff done. We are having our couch and rug cleaned, so it's just gonna be some time that I can just kind of organize while that's being done. I have some like first aid stuff, supplements, vitamins, all that I wanna just kind of flip and rearrange, so let's get to it. All right, so I have a scratchy throat today. I'm trying to fight this off right now. We're gonna see how I can record this voiceover. I might have to do some music to it, but here we go. I am the type of creative person that gets random bursts of energy, and I want to do random tasks around the house. Now, I can't just like schedule this. I can't just say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to completely rearrange this closet. It has to just be like some random thing that comes to me. Please let me know if I'm not the only one. That's just how I work. So on this given day, we were having our carpets clean, not carpets, our rug and our couch. And it was so loud. So it was kind of hard to do school. So we just had like a couple hours to just kill. And we didn't want to leave the house because I didn't want to spend any money. So I'm like, we're going to organize. So I decided to take a lot of the stuff out of these two cabinets. They aren't functioning properly for us, and you can see that the one by the sink, it was just over cluttered. So what I usually do when I'm going through something like this is start by pulling everything out and seeing what you can get rid of first, and then group like things with like. I also got these two Lazy Susans, and they're stacked, so I love that they have two different levels, so you can see those that I put in the bottom shelf. I needed something, and these shelves are just so deep that you can't really do much with them in the back. So I decided to keep like our back stock in the back since we don't need that on hand all the time. But then I have these tiered Lazy Susans so that I could have all of the supplements that we're grabbing, pretty consistently there. I end up moving one of them up top for Andrew since he's taller, so he can reach the second shelf better than I can. But here I'm going through some of our like first aid stuff. We have random like hydrogen peroxide, spray bottles, alcohol, things like that for like wound care. So I put those all together, and I'm gonna put those up tall in this high spot that we don't need them easily accessible, and also like I don't want the kids messing with these, so I'm going to put those at the very top right spot of this cabinet. And then I also would recommend you guys, instead of having to buy a bunch of new like compartments to organize with, see what you have on hand. I did buy those Lazy Susans because I needed something taller in that area, but as far as little bins and whatnot, we have a lot of those around our house, and they're in different drawers and different cabinets. So a lot of the time I can just work with what we have. And if I ever get a package in the mail that has like a nice box, like this one is just the bottom of a box from some products or something, I will keep those and store it for later. You can also use baskets, like cute baskets look great. If you don't have anything, I would recommend going to the thrift store. They have so many baskets that are inexpensive. Baskets at like a Target definitely cost a lot more. So if you can find a thrift store nearby, I tend to buy my baskets for like $3 to $7 on average. It's kind of like what I would pay. But this area, it's nice to have plastic just in case something spills or gets messy. So we had a lot of Band-Aids. We go through a lot of Band-Aids in this house, especially with Owen, because he is on his roller skates all the time and scooters and just like falls constantly. And sorry for this shot of my back. I don't know what I was thinking with the camera there. But yeah, I wanted to group all of our Band-Aids together. And you will also see that when I'm organizing, I will organize things a certain way, and then I have to kind of live with it for a little bit, and then it probably most likely will change. So whenever I'm doing a project like this, it'll take me maybe a couple days to get it to how I like. That's just kind of how I work. So as you see, I took both of those and swapped them. The bottom one that I got at Target, it's pretty thick. So I felt like everything was really high and I couldn't see stuff as well. And that top one I had that I moved down is just a little bit smaller and it's a little bit easier to see everything. So I took all of my tinctures, all my little droppers down. Most of our Mary Ruths, if you guys, like, it's so funny when I look into my medicine cabinet and see all of my tinctures. My dad was over for Christmas and he was like, wow, your cabinet looks just like all of Mom's stuff, like mother, like daughter. So I'm gonna put all those back. Also, I have a new Mary Ruth's discount code if you guys wanna write it down. It's MROATKINSK, and that'll get you 20% off Amazon and their website. Okay, so I'm putting all of my like first aid things together, and I like those having like, not my hydrogen peroxide, those are all up top, but things like arnica, my wound therapy, band-aids. I like having those easily accessible for the kids because if they need it, they can grab it right there. And I love that I found 2 matching bins for those. I think that looks really cute. Okay, so I'm just putting things back and kind of figuring out what would make sense. So for all the things that the kids can use, I like to have those down below. You can see Owen's using his droppers. He loves these so much. He's taking some vitamin C right now. And then I have Kyla's pills. She has her bladder leaks when she sleeps, so she has to take a pill once a day. So that's in there because the kids feed her in the morning, so they give her her pill. And then randomly we have a measuring tape here because we always need measuring tape. So we've decided this is a spot where we can remember to keep it. And then up on the second shelf is where I'm gonna put things that we don't necessarily use all the time, but maybe we need when we're sick, or just like things that are a little bit more specific. And then yeah, everything's just kind of going in. I put my Mary Ruth's droppers more towards the back, the ones that aren't not necessarily just for the kids. Things like, gosh, I've got a lot of different ones. So I've got different omegas. I've got like a bladder and kidney support. I have adrenal blend, menstrual cramp support, turmeric, lots of different things. So all those are back there. And then I also am going over to where we keep our glasses. And this was another area that I decided to kind of revamp a little bit. We had all of our glasses and mugs all on the left side of this cabinet, and they were very tight. And so I wanted them to be able to stretch out without having to stack them all. And so to do this, and here it doesn't show, but we used to have a lot of different, we had 2 different Lazy Susans on this right side with all of our supplements in there. I should have shown that first, but that's where I kept a lot of the stuff that I took daily. So Now all of that stuff is in that corner cabinet. Now I'm pulling out my label maker. I'm gonna put some labels on a few bins just so the kids know what is what. If you guys don't have a label maker, this is such a fun thing to have. I just got this last year and I don't know why it took me so long. I really like this one too. There's so many out there and I feel like it's kind of confusing. So I'll link this one if you guys wanna check one out. What I like is you can do, there's small, medium, and large size font. I think there might be different fonts, but like just a few. I just use the like block font, and then and it's like a sticker. So you just pull off the back, stick right on. But what I use this a lot for is the classroom. So labeling the kids things, they have their own bins. So a lot of it's just like putting their names on things, but it's really handy, especially for if you guys have glass jars in your pantry. If you, like me, like to swap out things that come in plastic into glass bins, it's nice to have them labeled as far as like flour, sugars, all of that stuff. All right, so then I found this little white bin in the classroom, and I'm gonna put some backstock products in that. Over on this side, we've got first aid. So this is like wound therapy. This is the best stuff ever. It's the same as the, what is it called? That skin repair stuff that is very pricey. This is like a fourth of the price. I'm trying to think of what that, repair something, I think. We've got our arnica. I don't know, I said like arnica. This is like a ouch spray that I made with essential oils. We've got scar gel, bug spray, and then some Alba unpetroleum jelly. Whoops, okay. And then over here we've got Band-Aids, all sorts of kinds. I have marbles back here because I give the kids, we have marble jars, so once they reach their name, they get $5. So it depends on what they earn marbles for, and then I can also take marbles away. These are for teeth. Our dentist recommended them for the kids. Up top, we've got this little trio, Lazy Susan. So this section has sore throat, lollipops, and other cough drops. These are my favorite ones. They're the throat coat ones by Traditional Medicinals. Thermometer, I love this brand for cold products. And then these are all of our inhalers for Andrew and Owen. They both get asthma. Owen hasn't had any in a while. Gum up here, some sunscreen. And then random things, we've got these little like homeopathic things. I love this throat spray. It's amazing. I'll link that for you guys. But if I ever feel a tickle in my throat, that's the first thing that I use. And then, yeah, just kind of random stuff up there. At the very top, we have our batteries. I have a neti pot up there. I haven't had to use that in a long time. And then some extra lighters, matches. And then those are like larger first aid things. So I've got burn pads, gauze, and like alcohol and hydrogen peroxides up there. So this cabinet has kind of turned into like more of our first aid cabinet, not just supplements. I moved this stuff around a little bit. I put another tiered Lazy Susan on the second shelf. That's more of Andrew's stuff. So he's taller, so I feel like he can reach that better. And then that way down here, I can maybe have something back there if I need to reach it. This is gonna be more like drink things, I'm thinking, like, or I could bring those down here, because here we have vitamin C, Armra, electrolytes, all of that stuff. So maybe I could like put those just down here actually. I have to just figure out my essential oils. Am I just gonna leave them up there? That feels so high and out of reach, but they fit great up there. All right, I'm gonna leave it like this for now. So this is pretty much like my supplements down here. We've got all of our drink add-ins. I have backup products in the back, and then more stuff up there, and I put more of our backup stuff there. So I just think this looks a lot better than it did before. Right, that is gonna be the end of today's vlog. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys are new, please subscribe. I'd love to have you here at my channel, and I will see you in my next video.